for is message of redemption. Because once one's accomplished it, others can, easily. It just has to be done first. So, and then it replicates for those that wish. One of the suggestions I can offer is attach yourself to a seal of St. Michael. They say it's a seal. It's really a sigil. It has the names on it. And it explains the definitions of the names also. You can find that on the internet. It will be helpful for you. Michael has not forgotten who you were and are. And when the fall happened, he cried tears of emeralds. And he remembers you as those sparkling jewels. That's the process you're in. That doesn't make you any greater than anyone else. In fact, it makes you lesser in the humility of it, if you understand what that means. Because there's a responsibility that comes with the stabilization of space in your presence. And that was the message with Christ on the cross. Very few have met the angelic presence in a conscious awakened state, performing a miracle that no one else could ever have done. Yet now, it's coming to for everyone, abilities and opportunities. Be gentle. You do not have their authority, they have the authority. They're assisting you to show you how to develop that same authority within yourself so it can be used by the you that is being sprouted. That's what you're living through this year. You are in the year of the end. The 9. Yet there'll be another year, and another, and another. And this year is the year of letting go. Being, always being, no matter where you are. Because when space shifts, not everyone shifts with her, for they're not in the grace of understanding who she is. She's the one that allows beings to be present as units of self within her understanding of her environment. That includes all space, interstellar space, beyond the stars space. If there's space, that's her. Grace. And she's stable. Because that's what keeps the stars and the sun and the moon in position. Yet that's changing now. Because you're part of the stars that God made here. And your alignment has to be in the correct place, or the stars that you are out there will fall. They're supposed to stay up. They're part of that paradigm. And you find out that you are really one of the ones holding the stars up, encouraging the other stars, sending stars, performing for the stars. This is the stage. Those are the witnesses. You're the performance. And you're going to get recognized for your performance in the sprouting of yourself. That's how it works. And understanding as you grow up. You stop your whining. You start saying some thankful prayers that you have the ability to pray. And perhaps know what one or two of the words mean. Because you're stuck in the words. You should contemplate the space between the words of one word leading to another for concepts of formation. Prayers are major healing tools, the only ones actually. Nothing else heals. You think it does, because you don't know how to pray, and that's what happened. You forgot how to pray and you depended on someone else forever. It's going to change. You have prayers, what they call the prayers of ascent. There's 15 of them. 5 are not important, is what Solomon and David said. The other 10 have significant meaning from fathers before. Those are memories you need to check for yourself, to remind yourself. And those memories will come back. The power will come back. The health will come back. Because you will listen to your organs for what they need for their benefit. And not what someone else says. Right now there's a condition going on for ones to influence others, to influence others, to influence others. Unitize yourself. Learn how many major organs you have in your body besides your lungs and your liver. You got your kidneys. Stomach. Other organs. Thankfulness to them for being come forth out of the seed of you from your Father. The name of you is known in your bones from your mother, because that's what your bones came. And the unitized concept of what is called divinity is acknowledging the thankfulness for being placed where you are and becoming and overcoming. For that you need air and water. And hopefully you can find a seed to grow something. Because that's what it's going to come to. You have an arrogance running in your world consciousness now. Particularly in the religious systems. All of them. Everyone's scrambling to be selected to be in the group. It's already been determined in that manner. I suggest no interference. I suggest you pray in yourself and let yourself sprout. Understand you're still a seed becoming. Acknowledge to yourself, deep within the self, that you don't wish to die. Many have the concept they want to live suicide thing. It's going to be popular, yeah? Don't do it. Do not do it. You go back at least 2 to 3 steps. By that I mean lifetimes. Thankfulness for your bones and your name. Drink water before you go to bed. And allow the song of your name, whatever your first name is, just to run through you. Because that's what you were called by the angels when you were in fetus. They sang to you. They sang to you. And your family sang to you, whether you know it or not, some do. And you will recognize yourself by that. Because you don't know your other name. And that's why you shouldn't change your name. Because it's important for your bones. And the idea of memory of fetus, born, seed born, suit producing. This is what you're still doing. You do not have to dye the suit to sprout. You don't have to leave it like a cocoon, butterfly thing. Drop it. You transform it. You transform it. You shift it with application and knowledge. And that's received through the answer to prayers. People really haven't learned how to pray yet. They barely know what the prayers mean. There's space between the words. The Lord's Prayer is particularly significant for the Lord's, to the Lord's, by the Lord's, and from the Lord's. It covers a lot of bases for them. You get a lot of help there. There's several versions, but they'll all work. You might as well consider that you're in a spiritual boot camp. One of the first ones of its kind in this consciousness, because you're feeling it. We're not leaving. Saba Oath means army, armies. Sade means earth. They're needed here now, and that's why this activation is going on. Most humans have an idea what the word decency means. Manners, another one. That word got changed to use other words. Manners is a very touchy issue with the spiritual forces. You can just look up Jesus' replies in that manner. What he said about it. And that's the being that gave the prayer to the Lord's, for the Lord, from the Lord, by the Lord's. That's why he called it the Lord's Prayer. Not only because he was a Lord giving it, but becoming Lords, so they know how to use it. It mentions our Father first, because that's where your seed came from. Your Father physical. There's a connection. then the understanding of the dignity of the mother has to come forth too. And that's where you have problems. But your consciousness in this country is not really aware of the truth. You might think you know something. You need to pray for protection now from all the archangels. And they are more than willing to answer the prayers. They're just waiting for the prayers. St. Michael has a chaplet. He calls the principalities and powers and more, all of them, grace. Might check that out. You're in a battle with forces that know what dominion is. They exist above you. Your job is to get through them and not be influenced. Because you are from dominion also. It's the sacred nature of yourself, the crystallized portion of knowledge in you, your diamond light thing that they want. They lost theirs. They can't get it back. So you're a precious jewel unto yourself if you knew that. You'd safeguard it a little more than you have been. But not everyone is worthy to look upon it. If you know what that means, you'll understand yourself more. Peace to all beings. Movement and gentleness and assistance and help to the body, the mind. You have to cure that disease back there, and the spirit. Because you allowed your own mind to poison you. Time to reclaim yourself. Because you didn't think like that before you were born. You didn't. So it's time to relearn, and don't blame others for what you've taken as yours or as you've been trained. You learned what the knot is, N-O-T. Be gentle on yourselves, loving to one another's heart. It's a feeling thing, not words. It's a gentle hug, telepathically in a manner, heart to heart. The same way the sheep is blessing you, the Holy Spirit, when you're pressing your bones, letting you have blood. That's what's letting you have blood. So you don't have to go to the machine to get it. It's yours. It carries a life force for you, through you. You're very seldom thankful for the blood. You get frightened when he's bleeding and cut. You see yourself leaving. You do. You see yourself leaving with your cuts. And you know it. The gentleness now in what is termed the idea of being born again. You're sprouting. You're going to feel it in the solar plexus. The heart's going to rejoice. Your eyes are going to twinkle. You're going to feel like champagne bubbles in you. Of happiness, joy, inexplicable joy. And let it happen. You'll be amazed at the wonderment that happens around you. The opportunity to see Eden again. Be it. Be our truth. In a moment. Now we're through. Mm.